Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ooh, man, is it time to panic? Is it time to panic? Yes, it is. I believe it is time to panic. The Sacramento Kings at home were thoroughly beaten by last year's championship team. And you could see the difference between a championship team and a play-in team. And the Sacramento Kings lose at home to the Boston Celtics, 113-95. And the Sacramento Kings are now 35-36. They have fallen under 500. They have lost more than 50% of their games at this point. 3-7 in the last 10. Losers of 3 in a row. The only good thing about that, well, there's no good things about losing, but everybody above them is also losing. So they haven't lost any ground against the people above them, except for the Thunder, who won 6. They're just out of control at this point. But even the Lakers and the Grizzlies have lost 3 in a row also. The thing that makes you nervous and why I say it's time to panic is because the Suns have won 4 in a row and the Mavericks have won 2 in a row. They're getting AD back, and both of those teams are only a half game behind us at this point, which means if we lose one and they win one, they'll be above us in the rankings, both of those teams, and the Kings would not be in the play-in anymore at that point. And if those teams are able to catch the Kings and bump them out of the play-in game, I'm going to find it really hard for the Kings to be able to get back into the play-in game, especially with the way they've been playing lately. So, in my opinion, it's time to panic. And before I get too deep into the video, I ask if you guys can, please click that like button, click that subscribe button. I have some really important things to say about the Kings in this past game, so hopefully you're here for the whole video. And I want to say, welcome YouTube, and to all my friends and my folks out there, it's your guy, Jay Woods, aka Shy the Man, and I'm back at you with another episode of The Kings Morning After. Midday Cup of Joe with Jay.
Ah! I love it.
And my cup of Joe today is from earlier, so it's stale, it's cold, and it's old. Just like the Kings last night versus the Boston Celtics. Just looking out there looking cold and old. And today is March 25th, 2025. And the day of the week is, you know what day it is. You know what day it is. Yeah. It's Tuesday. It's Taco Tuesday.
Yeah, Taco Tuesday. I got the cheese, she tasting the Kool-Aid.
What is it? Taco Tuesday.
Migo, the plug Guadalupe.
The plug Guadalupe. Taco Tuesday.
Yeah, Taco Tuesday. I got the cheese, she tasting the Kool-Aid.
And my cup of Joe for today is, I've said it a couple times already, I'm panicking a little bit. I'm worried about this team. Even Zach LaVine said the vibes are not good in the locker rooms. I'll play that for you later. Yeah, they're making me a little nervous, a little anxious at this point. They have fallen below 500, or Yeah, below 500 for the first time in a long time. This team has to be above a 500 team. They have to be. Unless guys are just really not getting along in the locker room or something like that. I'm not sure what else is going on. DeRozan has been the leading scorer most of the time. We're really hurting without Malik Monk. I think Malik Monk is really showing his worth to this team, who is usually the spark for this team, especially at the end of the game, and one of our clutch guys that will usually can take over a game or make a lot of shots at the end of the game, a fearless scorer type. We got Sabonis back. He got his 17 rebounds last night. This team, I don't know what it is. The chemistry off, no point guard, these guys not getting along. I don't know. Something is just not right. Something in there is just not right. The mojo is just not there for this team currently. And it's concerning because we obviously know we're trying to make this playoff push. At this point, it's more like a play-in push. They have this opportunity with all these home games, and they haven't taken advantage of it. They started off okay, but losing to the teams that they shouldn't have lost to and just not really competing with the Celtics almost at all, and being up so much in a few of these games against some of the better teams and then losing it at the end, not able to close out games, just real concerning. And all these guys are playoff teams or teams you'll be playing in the playoffs, so it just kind of shows that the Kings aren't really on that level yet. 500 team, should a 500 team be in the playoffs? That's another question. The way this team is playing right now currently, it wouldn't even be good in the playoffs. It'd be almost probably embarrassing in the playoffs. And don't get me wrong, I see guys trying, and I see guys, there's guys like Keon Ellis that are really trying, and guys out there that are they're busting their butts and they're working, and it's just not enough. I just think maybe the personnel is not all the way there. They need a few more guys. They also need a few more good young guys, in my opinion. Really good, athletic, energetic young guy, wing guys. Bottom line, the Kings morning after. Bottom line. Today's bottom line is, so my bottom line, the Kings, they got to find it within themselves. Monk has been out with this illness, so hopefully he'll be back next game, because this team has a deep, deep hole without Monk. And this team, when in doubt, needs to play a lot better defense. They need to just find it within themselves to be a lot tougher team. Certain guys are going to have to find it within themselves to just go all out on offensive end. Mainly Levine, because we know he can score a lot more than what he has been. And if the Kings expect to make it into the playoffs, they're going to have to figure it out. Down this run right now, they got about 10, 11 games left. In my opinion, at this point, they might get bumped out of the play-in. And if that happens, that would be disastrous, a disastrous season. This season would really be a disastrous season if they don't make the playoffs, or even the play-in. If they don't make the play-in, that's just wow. Like, after all the moves and the things they've done, it just would really show that the mojo and the chemistry just really ain't there with this team. And not having a point guard is probably a lot of it. So, do I think they should tank? No. They're still fighting. Do I think they'll make it in the play-in game? The way they're playing right now and the way the teams below them are playing, they might lose their play-in spot. And that's why I say it's time to panic. What else can I say? These guys are the pros. These guys are the guys that have made it to the pros. These guys are the guys that need to figure it out. Monty McNair thought that Doug Christie was a better coach, would be a better option than Mike Brown for the rest of the season. And that's where we're at. Kings just got to figure it out. And Doug Christie's going to have to show these guys. And from all accounts, Doug Christie is coaching his ass off. He's trying his best. But I do see in certain situations these guys get away from things that they're doing and things that are working. So Doug Christie is the one that needs to stay on them about these things. So going forward, Kings, Kings defense. Like I always say, they need to close out. They need to find that chemistry. They need to. Guys need to go ahead and take ownership of the point guard role. Especially with Malik Monk out. Like, is Levine gonna bring the ball up? Is Keon Ellis gonna bring the ball up? They gotta figure these things out. Instead of looking so helter-skelter and all over the place, they need to get more consistent with their sets and just more consistent with what they're doing and have some type of foundation or fundamentals of what they do, both on offense and defense. Because right now it's all over the place. But that's my cup of joe. Black, one creamer. I'm going to give you some stats, but I'm going to give you some quick stats. All right. As you can see, the Kings got beat by, 18 points? Damn. Got mollywhopped. So first quarter, the Kings did okay. I mean, they were only down by 1 by the end of the first. And by halftime, Celtics had 56, and the Kings had, 51? So they were down by 5 points at half. Well, not too bad. But then third quarter, Celtics went ahead and pushed forward in G1C and scored more than them. And another game in the fourth quarter where the Kings just could not find it, only scoring 17 points in the fourth quarter, which is mind-boggling to me with the offensive firepower that this team has. And the Celtics' leading scorer was Jason Tatum with 25. Their leading assist getter was tied between Tatum and Derek White with 8. And their leading rebound getter was Kristaps Porzingis, their center, with 8. And also off the bench, Luke Cornett had 8 as well. And for the Sacramento Kings, their leading scorer was DeMar DeRozan with 20 points. He also was the leading assist getter with 10. And Domantas Sabonis was back from his ankle injury, and he had 17 big rebounds. So DeMar DeRozan out there putting in that work for the team. Keegan Murray having 13. I just feel like he needs to be scoring more. 5 rebounds. He could probably do better than that. Keon Ellis with a big 14 points. That's pretty good for him. Starting, he could probably get some more points too. Zach LaVine, 14. We're going to need some more points out of Zach LaVine. Not sure what's going on with Zach LaVine. I saw somewhere on Twitter where somebody might have said he might be having some personal issues. Not sure if that's true or not, or if that's just Twitter rumor, but I'm not sure what's going on with Zach LaVine. He did have that personal day off. I hope everything is okay with Zach LaVine, and I wish him the best. He's just, I don't know, Zach LaVine has looked a little miscombobulated, in my opinion, out there, and still seems to be kind of finding his role, finding his niche on this team. Trey Lyles played 9 minutes. He did not score, which is interesting to see. And with the score only being 95 points, you could tell the Kings had trouble scoring in that game, which is unbelievable to me. I'm not sure what's going on with their offense. I guess you could say Malik Monk is good for about 20 of them. Maybe that's what they're missing. Maybe they need some more plays called, but that's a little troubling to me, only scoring 95 points by the Kings. Team stats, both teams shot about 45%, with the Celtics hitting about 2 more shots than the Kings. And this is really concerning here. The Kings shot 33%, which is okay. Celtics shot 38%, which is pretty good. But they hit 19 threes as opposed to the Kings' 8. So that's 11 more threes than the Kings, which is 33 points right there by itself. 33-point difference in 3-point shots. So even Doug Christie said this team needs to shoot more threes. They shot 50 threes. The Kings only shot 24. So that's a big thing right there. Kings shot decent from free throw, 81. Celtics had 60%. But they still managed to hit 3 more free throws than the Kings. Rebounds was even, 45. Assists was pretty close, 28 Celtics, 23 Kings. Assist to turnover, Celtics 28-10, while the Kings were 23-14. So Celtics had a better assist to turnover ratio. Points in the paint, 40-48. So I think the big difference was the shooting. The the 3-point shooting and the 3-point scoring, which I don't know. Another team come into our G1C and are able to hit threes at a better, more efficient rate than the Kings, which is totally mind-boggling to me. You know, seeing DeMar DeRozan not close out just adds to my frustration. I'm going to give the Kings an eye test. Yeah, eye test. Eye test. Eye test. We'll take a look at the second half here.
To the corner, Levine drives on the baseline. Oh, he turns up the base. At least he's looking to score.
Levine had some good shots. He just needed to be more active in this game.
Feels like he's playing the best basketball of his career right now. And that's saying a lot. And he's got a good teammate in Jaylen Brown, the reigning finals.
At this point, Boston is up by 8.
Boston got it back. 7 on the shot clock. A contested 3. Wow, he's got it firing on all cylinders.
Tatum was hitting shots. He was hitting a lot of shots in this game, as he usually does.
He leads the NBA in spot-up shooting.
And this team just has some really good shooters, including Tatum. And this was unfortunate right here. Tatum landing on Sabonis's foot and twisting his ankle. Looks pretty bad. He was in pain for a while. I felt bad for him.
And take a look at that ankle, maybe retape it.
He makes the shot and he turns around and goes directly to the bench.
And they're going to go with a big lineup right now, bringing Fournette out on the floor alongside Porzingis.
What changes the thermostat here a little bit?
DeMar DeRozan,
39% three-point shooter.
And when Tatum went out, you know, you kind of hoped there was a chance for the Kings, but even with Tatum out, the Boston Celtics are a better team than the Kings.
From outside, threads that one. Pritchard switches on to DeRozan. 8 on the shot clock.
And they even find good young guys like Peyton Pritchard, who just added to the team.
Here's DeRozan out top. Sidestep jumper is good.
DeRozan doing his thing out there.
Crosses over. Changes gears and
Great drive by Levine. Too bad we couldn't see more of that this game. He just needed to be more aggressive. There's times, I believe, when Zach LaVine is not aggressive enough, driving to the basket. And with just these highlights right here, it looks like LaVine had a great game, but he didn't score much this game. Kings down by 10. It was manageable at this point, but with the Celtics hitting so many shots, slow closeouts like that one, Kings not shooting enough threes, not hitting enough threes, it's pretty much the difference. Pritchard hitting 40-foot threes. And this is pretty close to the point when Doug Christie decided to pull the starters, let them get a little rest because they do play a back-to-back tonight. And as you can see, I mean, with these highlights, the Kings did some good things, but what it doesn't show is, you know, just how bad the defense was at times. And the Celtics are a good team. They have guys that can score, guys that can really shoot, and they're very cohesive and they play defense well. And that was pretty much it right there. I don't really think the eye test really shows how bad the defense was. I mean, it was the Kings were really just outplayed by a better team. They were outplayed by a championship caliber team, and that's what it looked like last night. There wasn't really much the Kings could do, even at the end of the game, especially without Monk. So that's just what it looked like, and that's my eye test. And next up, the Sacramento Kings will be facing the Oklahoma City Thunder tonight at 7 p.m. G1C Center or G1C Arena. Be there or be square, and click that subscribe button so that you can check out my next episode tomorrow, the day after the Kings game, for my analysis. And as we know, the Oklahoma City Thunder are the #1 team in the league with the 59-12 win-loss rating. 83% of their games they have won, and they are currently on a 6-game win streak and have won 9-1 of their last 10 games, which is pretty ridiculous. They're just on pace to just tear everybody up. We'll see how they do in the playoffs. They are a small market team with some really good players, so I'm curious to see how they do in the playoffs. Is it their year? Who knows? But yeah, it's a Western Conference team, a Western Conference rival. I mean, you can't really say a rival because the Kings are so far away from them, but they're headed by MVP candidate Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. They also have Chet Holmgren, really good unicorn, tall guy that can shoot and score. Jalen Williams, who's coming into his own. The other Jalen Williams, who's a center. Isaiah Hartenstein, Aaron Wiggins, Alex Caruso, LeGuentz Dort, Isaiah Joe, Casson Wallace, Brandon Carlson, Kenrich Williams, Nikola Topic, just to name a few guys. And they're a very cohesive, young, athletic, aggressive team. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander scores tons of points every night. He's definitely a threat. We're going to have to get some defense on him as much as possible. Chet Holmgren is a really good, young, upcoming big guy. We're going to have to stick to him like glue. And then their ancillary pieces, their others, like Jalen Williams and Hartenstein and Aaron Wiggins and the other Jalen Williams, along with Alex Caruso, who's a older vet at this point. He's not even young anymore. But these guys are the glue, and they're really athletic, and they play well with Gilgeous and Holmgren. And these guys are athletic, they're strong, they rebound, they drive, they shoot. They're a very good team and one of the most perfect packages in the league. So all through the draft, mostly all these guys are through the draft, except for I think Alex Caruso. So the small market team showed you how it can be done, how you can develop a player into a superstar, and they are a team the Kings can look up to or look at as a blueprint type team of how they should build how we should be building our team as well, in my opinion. Betting lines. All right, guys, this is BetUS. I like the site. It's like a traditional sports book, casino type sports book. They have all the sports on here. I'm in California. I'm able to use this site. I also like to use this site for boxing. They always have good deals, and they'll give you free money, and they'll give you their promo money is free promo money as well to get you in there, get you started. So definitely a site you want to check out if you want to get into some gambling or do a few bets here and there, or even if you just want lines. There's a link in the description below. Use that link. It helps out the channel. Plus, you'll get some free money if you deposit some money using that link. So for tonight's game, they're saying that the Oklahoma City Thunder are favored by 9 points. They have a lot of questionable guys. Some guys are not going to be playing tonight, but they still are favored by 9. How do you feel about that? Do you think that the Kings will lose by less than 9, or the Kings will win? You would bet here. If you feel that the Oklahoma Thunder are just going to smash us and beat us by more than that, you would bet here. They also have the Hawks and the Rockets at home. Rockets by 8. Grizzlies in Utah versus the Jazz. They got Grizzlies by 10.5. And they also have Cavaliers on the road facing the Blazers. Cavs by 6.5. How do you feel about those lines? If any of those stand out to you, I ask, use that link below, make a bet. You could also do parlay bets on this site as well. All right, so how are you guys feeling about the Kings at this point of the season? How are you feeling about their chances to make it into the playoffs? How do you feel about their chances to make it into the play-in? Make a comment, let me know. Comments also help bring eyes to the channel, help me kick the algorithm's ass. And if you make a comment before I make the next video, I'll put your comment in the next video. And if you can, click that like button if you're still watching. I really appreciate you watching this far. You must have got some good analysis, something entertaining out of this. Please click that like button. Also click that subscribe button if you're in the Kings Talk, Kings News, basketball talk, NBA news. Click that subscribe button. We're a new channel, but we're trying to grow. We're going to do some more fun stuff later. So I'd really appreciate it if you click that subscribe button. Also, if you can, share the content. Now, if you share this content, that's really big, and I just want to tell you I appreciate you for that. And also, make a comment. Making comments help me kick the algorithm's ass as well, and that's all we're trying to do, trying to grow this channel. Appreciate you. And I have a motivational quote for you guys today. Found it on Google, and this one is by Bo Jackson, and it goes like this: set your goals high and don't stop till you get there. That's a simple, basic quote, and it means a lot. You know, it's about being consistent, consistency, taking steps towards your goals, cutting your goals down until you get there, you know, taking a bite out of the well. You know, if the job is the well, how do you swallow a well? You take small bites out of it until it's gone. So, great quote by Bo Jackson: set your goals high and don't stop till you get there. Yeah, I like that quote. And that's pretty much all I have for you guys today. I really appreciate you being here. I really appreciate you watching this far. And if you haven't already, click that like button, click that subscribe button, and make a comment for me as well. Comment below. And tune in for the Kings game tonight. Make sure you're subscribed so you can catch the next episode of the Kings Morning After Midday Cup of Joe with Jay. Yeah. And with that, I'm out. But before I go, check out these moves. It's good.